one thing I hear, there's the term violent communication and the term violent thinking, right? So once you become a violent thinker, everything is always in terms of offense and defense, right? You basically become a war thinker. Everything is violent, right? So now when you're thinking about this person, you're thinking, I got to be in defensive mode or I got to be in offensive mode. So it's like a preparation for attack, right? And that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's the same thing, and people get that way in conversations. It's like, damn, bro, you always responding like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give you some good advice, but you responding so defensively, like it's an issue, but it's not. And as you said, it happens when your body, when your vagus nervous system is constantly heightened, right? Because here's the example. If you go into a jungle, right, and all of a sudden, you minding your business, and then you see a tiger come out of nowhere, you go freeze up because your body gonna say, wait the fucking minute, right? Hold on. Your whole body, your whole nervous system is gonna tell you to don't move.
Right.
Right? Now, that tiger could be minding his own business, like you said, right? But imagine that tiger just stopped and it looks at you. Your body gonna be like, yo, what do I do? Right? So your nervous system is gonna be flooding right now, right? And so if that tiger decides to just turn around and walk away, your nervous system's still gonna be heightened even when the threat is not there, right? So it's not going to be until you get to a place completely out that jungle, and sometimes it may not go away even when you out that jungle, that your nervous system is still heightened until you feel safe, right? And most of us never actually feel safe. So our nervous system is always heightened for the rest of our lives.
That's good.
So when I went to Ghana, it was one of the first times when my nervous system was able to relax. And I found myself feeling safe. And I said, what is this? You know what I'm saying? It was like, I knew the tiger was gone. I knew it wasn't no threat. I knew he wasn't coming back. I wasn't even worried about it anymore. That was a distant memory, as things are supposed to flow and fly off of you. But when we come from traumatic environments, and that's when when we start numbing pain, when things become numb to us, you get so many partners that have died. A friend of mine in St. Louis just died again. Every time I get news from St. Louis, there's another dead body. At some point in time, first time you feel it, it's painful. Second time, it's again. Third time, you don't feel that much. Fourth time, you start numbing it, right? What happens is that emotions get stored in your body, right? So now let's let somebody tap you or you jump because you have stored that within your body. It ain't disappear, but you start storing it because you numb to it. And so it's not until you actually deal with that pain that you're going to be constantly triggered by those things that you feel like you're numb to, but you're suppressing. So now when I look at I got a show in LA coming up this Saturday, and this is part of the conversation I want to talk about, because anytime I start talking to Black people about and brown people about the future, we have to talk about healing, because what I realize is we can have the greatest enlightening information, but if they can't heal, then their trauma is in the way from learning, right, and doing. So when we are, as men, when we, like you said, we have issues where people have been jealous, envy, have betrayed us, have been disloyal, that's trauma. So now all of that is in front of you talking. I hear you, but I'm filtering it through my trauma, right? So I don't hear you as much. I'm not hearing you from a place of, number one, these are the three factors that you know for a fact that you are in a better place. When you have rest, when you have joy, right? And when you have safety. So that feeling of safety, rest, and joy will let you know that you are healed. So now, because here's the thing, and joy comes from gratefulness. It increases the heart size and lets you intake more joy. So you can go and see a child in Africa joyful because they're just so grateful, right? But this rest is something that most of us don't get. And this feeling of safety in America, this is something we take for granted. Because even when you're in poverty, you definitely don't feel safe, right? But then when you start getting money, you don't feel safe because you feel like somebody wants to take what you have. So in America, when does a black man ever feel safe? In the last 100 years, when has a black man had a safe space to feel safe, to speak about his ideas and his feelings and his emotions, right? We don't get that in our reality. You have to take care of business. You have to always be tough. You have to always do this, that, and the third. You don't get a chance to let your guard down. And the people around you, they don't always understand that feeling of safety that you need, and like the people around you creating a safe space for you to continue to be as great as you are is necessary. So, you know, we don't compare. Like I see somebody saying, I feel safer here than the Middle East. Plus, you probably never been to the Middle East, and that don't matter. Your body don't know the difference between whether you're in the Middle East and the US. All it knows is your nervous system is activated, right? Because this is how the body works. So when you are in a state of trauma, people have PTSD after they leave wars, right? Because this is what they're used to, right? When a soldier is used to war, right? That's not where he gets the PTSD. When he has to be reacclimated into society, that's heavy. That's when he starts to get triggered, right? And it's not until we start trying to let our guards down and try to enter into normal civilian society. And it's like, bro, you don't know this trauma I done been through. So now you getting triggers, you having flashbacks. The normal things that occur to some people may hit you. Now you got triggers of anger. Now you're going back to all of these places. Your nervous system is constantly saying that, no, man, be on the lookout for them, man. I don't know about none of this shit going on. You feel me? Like, you got to watch out. Like, you back in the jungle. You never know what's going on. In war, all of that makes sense. In war, those senses are validated by the real threat and danger that's immediate that you can see. But when the enemy is inside and the enemy is invincible, oh man, it's an even greater threat. It's a greater threat. So we have to heal from a place of, as you said, the issue that you have with a person presently, they didn't start that issue. That issue always started before them. It's like you having an issue with an ex and blaming the present person that you're in a relationship with that. They didn't start none of that shit. Maybe they can help you heal through it. Maybe y'all can heal with each other, but they're not responsible for your triggers. And this is the last thing I end off of. Nobody is responsible for your triggers. This is what you have to know. Oh, you triggering me. Well, heal then. Heal then. Because I can't trigger you if you heal. Nobody can trigger you if you heal. People can use it against you when they know what triggers you, right? Because they know you haven't healed from that, so they can bring up something in the past. And they can be like, oh, they can say a certain word, they know it's going to get you, you will jump because your nervous system go jump. But when you heal from it, man, no, bro. You trying to trigger old me, man. I'm so past and evolved past that. I'll slap you for just playing with me, but I'm chill. I'm chill though, for real. You don't even know me no more to trigger me. So your healing, right, is your responsibility. It's no one else's. And that's something that everybody has to take into account. But everybody else can assist in creating an environment that makes it more comfortable for you to heal.